And as far as the number 6 car is concerned, they were a little less certain about their fate. They think they can hang him out there for about another 15 laps on the tires that he's got right now. But for Ron Barfield, he looks good to go the rest of the way.
Now that's pretty interesting, Eddie. I'd say that is real optimistic, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I would have trouble believing that he would try to go the distance, and it's going to be dictated on what Purvis does, because you got to remember you've only got a few cars on the lead lap. So if the caution comes out and they come in and get tires, it's not like they got to go back through the field again. Now all of a sudden they're only 4 or 5 cars from the front.
You know who the most nervous man is down there right now? He's not even in a race car. It's James Finch. He's standing on top of that truck right now going, there's nobody around me. I haven't had problems all day. I'm only about 60 laps away from winning the Snowball Derby, which I've never been able to do. What is going to happen? He's got to be thinking it right now. I mean, that hurricane, something's going to come along and spoil his opportunity this afternoon, right?
I am not going to talk about the 51 car.
Okay, all right, you're leaving that off. All right. Well, folks, we're getting around to it. We're about 2/3 there. We got a lot more action coming your way. Stick around, everybody. Back with more from the 28th Annual Snowball Derby right after this.
Get ready for the green flag to drop on the most exciting weekend of racing ever. Speedfest 96, February 8th through 11th at the USA International Speedway in Lakeland, Florida. Watch the cars and stars of the Hooters Cup and Super Cup Car Series, among others, compete for over $250,000 as the United Speed Alliance and American Speed Association join forces in this season-opening premier event. To fulfill your need for speed, call 1-800-94-RACE. Speedfest 96, sponsored by Hooters Restaurant. Don't miss it.
Welcome back, everybody, to the 28th Annual Snowball Derby here in beautiful Pensacola, Florida. Absolutely gorgeous afternoon. And Pat Patterson here, along with Eddie Sharp, Mark Allen, Doug Rice. And when we left you, there were cars on the racetrack running when we come back. And, I mean, we just got into the first commercial, and boom, we have ourselves another caution flag. This sets up a whole new scenario. The leaders have been in the pit, Eddie. We had both Jeff Purvis and Ron Barfield in the pits. They got fresh tires. They're back on the racetrack right now. The lap cars could not come in to the pits until the leaders had pitted. So, therefore, those two guys are out there by themselves right now, and everybody's scrambling for tires down there.
Yeah, I tell you, I agree with the stop. I mean, I think you had to stop. This is that window I was talking about, that now you can go the distance pretty comfortably.
Hey, look down there on that end of pit road. Now, was it not an advantage to have that car pitted down there? I mean, being down there, if you're up front, is got to be the smartest place. Purvis was all the way down at that end of the pit road you're looking at right there, folks, where that green signboard's hanging. That's where they were pitted at. That's got to have made a big difference in getting back out, particularly in a situation now where everybody had to have tires.
Oh, absolutely. You're the first one in, so you don't have to worry about traffic of cars coming out of their pit stall if you had a bad stop.
All right, here, I got to tell you, folks, this is why the Snowball Derby is the race that it is, because we got ourselves a barn burner for the rest of this afternoon. Sorry to use the cliches, but I don't care. It fits, okay? Purvis is up front, been up front all day. Barfield has been tough all day. Purvis couldn't really do anything with him, and they stayed on pretty much identical lap times that whole last green flag section. We're gonna take a quick break and come back and set this one up, which could go right to the end. You stay right there on the edge of your seat. Back with more of the Snowball Derby right after this. Back at the Snowball Derby, Five Flags Speedway, Pensacola, Florida. Pat Patterson alongside Eddie Sharp, Doug Rice down in the pit area, and Mark Allen covering the action there. We're back under green. Everybody's got fresh tires, and boy, we got ourselves a good race going on. Purvis continues to be our leader up there, Eddie, but I'll tell you what, the 6 car, and here comes. Now, we just talked about the fact that if you run a smart race, you're there to race at the end. Number 14, right there is the guy who has had one of those afternoons where all you got to do is be around at the end, and he's there to race them.
Yeah, I believe Rick is a lap down, but he's running strong. he's you know, there's only a couple of cars on the lead lap as it is. You've got some guys that are on fresh tires trying to get their lap back, and they're capable. And
Jody Ridley back there is on the lead lap, I think is what we're getting from scoring right now. The five in fifth position. The 5 car of Rich Bickle there being battled by Dave Mader. Dave Mader getting around in the 92 car right now. Jody Ridley in the thick of that one, as is as is the 16 car of Hal Goodson. But once again, that was the break everybody needed to make whatever adjustments you needed to go to the end and to get the tires you needed to go to the end, Eddie.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there were some guys very happy to see that. And now they're all, if you got anything left, if you had a last-minute adjustment, if you want to know where you want to be to go to the end, you've made it. I mean,
just 50-some-odd laps remaining in this one. 328 laps make up the Snowball Derby this afternoon, and once again, battles all around the racetrack. Jeff Purvis continues to be our leader right now. Ron Barfield's up in the 3rd spot. Jody Ridley is currently being shown in the in the 3rd spot. Ridley, you know, again, it's been in the right place all day long. He's moving up on the 5 car of Rich Bickle. And Bickle it should be shown somewhere in the top 5 or 6 cars, even though they may be 1 lap down to the leader, Jeff Purvis.
Yeah, he's right in there, but he is a lap down, and but he's 5th. He's the 1st car a lap down.
Yeah, there's only 2 cars on the lead lap, and that is Jeff Purvis and Ron Barfield.
I believe Jody's on the lead lap also, and I believe that
well, that last caution, the last caution flag that came out, the way they work this deal is that the leaders come on pit road first, and then the lap cars come in the second, and Jody Ridley was a lap down at that point. Now, I don't know if he's gotten it back in scoring, it's showing him getting it back, but I think that the only 2 cars that we have on the lead lap are Barfield and Jeff Purvis.
Jody did pit with the leaders.
Okay.
He did come in with the leader, so I'm sure he is on the lead lap.
Well, scoring's got him in the 3rd spot right now, and has Freddie Query running in the 4th spot, and the 14 car running in the 5th spot. And of course, the 14 car has had, you know, one of those afternoons that, you know, you just, again, staying in the right place all afternoon is what you got to do.
Yep.
Rich Bickle there working around. Ron Barfield in the number 97.
Yeah, that's your 2nd place car right there. Crawford's just digging hard. He wants to get back up, and if there's any chance at all he can get back on that lead lap, he wants it bad.
You know, Rick Crawford, as we were talking about just a minute ago, smart racer. I mean, he's done a good job
absolutely.
in terms of just staying in the lead lap, or staying around the leaders all day long. Doug Rice, you got something for us?
Yeah, Pat, during that last series of yellow flag pit stops, the cars of Freddie Query and Rich Bickle came in and changed tires. Both of those guys had literally worn the tires down to the cord. They were grateful to see that yellow flag come out. They were wavering all over the racetrack. Ron Barfield, of course, and Jeff Purvis came in, and they both went for the 4 tire stops, and they both said they needed to top off with fuel. So those 2 guys good to go, but Freddie Query and Rich Bickle were in dire straits if they hadn't seen that yellow flag there.
Yeah, it was real obvious up here, Doug, from watching the way that Jody was working around these cars and stuff, that their tires had just, you know, were total junk, and they really had to have some rubber on those cars just to keep up and not wreck the cars. I mean, that's how bad it was. The field has gotten itself pretty well strung out now after this last set of pit stops. You're looking at Ron Barfield once again, who he certainly has found himself a home with this Michael Motorsports team, because they were obviously strong last year in winning the race with Tammy Joe. These guys have got a pretty successful business. 2 brothers that own the car, and man, he's got it licked this afternoon. He really does.
Yeah, I mean, it's chemistry is a word we use a lot in this business, and that team and that driver have found chemistry, and that's good to see that.